Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another session with the older man. Today, I'm going to do a quick review of one of my favorite channels out there, Fresh and Fit. Before you guys start getting in on me about, oh, that's just a trash show and only fans women out there or stupid women on that show. Here's the reality of our life, my dear friends. A show like Fresh and Fit, what I like about it, we get to see a lot of the women, the modern woman that we have to encounter in our lives today. A lot of the women that he has on his show are going to grow up to be the women that we have to be very aware of. I want to understand what's going on inside the females' heads. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about the female who are not exactly taking the right path in life. The ones that decide, hey, I want to do OnlyFans. I want to understand what the hell is going through her head where she think that's a good idea. You have to understand the women who are making the right decisions in life and going down the right path, they're viewed at as boring. They're looked at as they're not chasing the bag. They're not going to get the man. They're not getting the exciting things in life. But if I show you the women who are taking the bad path and I break down their bad decisions, then those ladies, those girls who are going to make those decisions, who have it in the back of their mind that, oh, I could succeed at this as well, I can point out where they're going to screw up. You get my point? Anyway, before we get into it, guys, subscribe. Come on. I need to hit 250,000 subscribers this year, and I need you guys to help me get there. All right? Listen, man, like I always say, it takes nothing from you to hit that subscription button, turn on a notification bell. It helps me out a lot, and it takes nothing from you. Nothing you will lose. Okay? And of course, if you need to have a conversation with the older man, hit me up on askanolderman.com, book a session, and I'll be happy to sit and talk to you. Okay? If you have a quick question, get me over on Instagram on Ask an Older Man. All right, let's get into the show with Fresh and Fit. And the conversation is all about women's preference for men and men's preference of women. And there seems to be a conflict because women just can't deal with the fact that men want something different than what women want. Let's get into it.
And that's a big reason why they're more attractive.
So would you, okay, when you say impressionable, do you mean like easier to manipulate?
Full of life.
Yeah,
What
literally
have so much stress
I guess what do you mean by that?
They come
less baggage.
They come with less baggage. Yeah. They're more.
So y'all can add to the baggage.
They're more cooperative. Well, that's where the guy's got to be a strong leader. But more cooperative. Women that are older tend to be stuck in their ways and not as submissive, and provide headaches a lot of times.
You speak on every,
but I'm gonna keep it real. Those relationships,
most of them, yes.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel those relationships don't last long, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's manipulation. That's when the narcissistic shit starts coming in, and you think you can just take over a young woman's mind. Yes, they're full of life, young, just fresh out into the world. Like, hey, so they
wild.
That stress, that heartbreak, they ain't got that yet. But don't worry, It's gonna be there. And are you gonna be able to take it once it get there?
So you think it's manipulation when an older guy gets with a younger girl?
Yes,
I'm not speaking for every single relationship, because I ain't gonna lie, I like my old heads.
Okay, so do you think it's in general it's manipulation?
Majority at the time.
Majority, yes. And
Okay.
I feel like, why are you not really trying? Because more so it's for looks. He trying, like, she's a sex symbol for real. She a young, plump, voluptuous, young, fresh out the oven shorty. You feel me? He looking more at that. Then he looking at, she's adorable. Oh, she's smart. She do got some dreams. But that pussy.
Oh, it kills me, the slang and the young generation use these days. I mean, she's not even that young. I mean, it's unreal that the English language has to be butchered to be cool. These women just sound less and less educated the more I listen to them. But let's stay on this point. So what she's saying if a man wants a younger woman, and he don't want a woman in her 30s who have been ran through, who has had a lot of experience with various men, because this idea that in the West, that you should be a hoe in your young years, that apparently benefits the woman. Yet, all studies have shown it does not benefit the woman. But this whole mentality has been pushed amongst Western women, where women think that in my 20s I should be having as much fun and I should be giving my body to different men, and this is going to benefit me. Yes, and based on her, and listen, this isn't her explanation, this isn't her understanding and what she accepts. This woman and millions of other women have been told that you need to do that in order to then get into a happy relationship once you have been ran through by a number of men in your 20s and you have developed as much mental scars as possible. That makes you a strong woman to then come to a man to ultimately marry. Please tell me how the hell that makes sense. Why would a man then get on one knee and say to a damaged woman who have been ran through by Tom, Dick, Harry, Jim, Jeff, and to then pick up that damage? Because every single man that she goes to, she has given a bit of herself to him. She didn't get anything from him except trauma. So ladies, you have to understand, what is it that you are developing when you actually sleep with various men? Do you think that you're learning anything from these men? Except, oh, let me know how I know how to either put it in one side of my jaw or keep my lips, or what? Keep my teeth out of the way, or what? I know how to ride a rhythm like this, or I know a different rhythm. What is it that you think you're learning that is an asset to your relationship? All you're doing is destroying your mental health. That's it. And so she's saying that instead of one man taking a fresh woman who has left her father's home, who has gone and done her education in her early years, who's found her man in college and settled down with that man as a virgin, or at least one or two bodies, right? She then enters into a marriage, no scars, and her husband, her man, he's the one that then imprints on her alone, no baggage. This woman is saying, no, you go and get manipulated by 10, 15, 20 different men. Get manipulated by all of those men, because one man manipulating you, that's dangerous. And this is the kind of mentality we have to put up with. I had a 2-hour chat this morning with a 33-year-old woman, Indian. She got married 2 years ago. She was a virgin. She just had her medical PhD. This is a woman with her PhD. She just got married as a virgin in her 30s. Now, of course, for me, that's too late. But based on her traditional culture, it's much easier for her to get married in her 30s, because they also emphasize education in their culture, and parents help their kids get together. Now, the point I'm trying to make is, do not, young ladies, do not ever think that you need to be ran through by tons of different men in order to then get into your marriage with a shitload of scars. Women have to preserve their value. Men have to create their value. Let's see what else she has to say.
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you want a guy that's taller than you?
Taller than me? Yeah.
Do you want a guy that's smarter than you?
Of course.
Do you want a guy that makes more money than you?
No. I don't know. In a
Stop the cap, bro.
Keep it real.
In
No
a,
matter.
like, you want me to be honest with you?
Even
Yeah,
if
do you
they
want a guy that
impose,
makes
how you feel?
more money than you?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been with guys that made less money than me. They didn't make any money.
And where are they
all.
at now?
Gone.
They're not in your life anymore.
So
They
your
have-
actions reflect otherwise.
Women will say anything just to keep an argument going. We know that every single woman wants a man that makes more than them. It's called hypergamy. So the idea that she says, no, I don't need a man that makes more than me. Yes, you do. No woman wants to support a man long term. None. it just blows my mind when I listen to these shows and just, you know, when women are lying, they will lie to defend a position because responsibility and accountability, not their best friend. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that.
So your actions reflect otherwise.
I'm gonna keep it real. You make more money than you do, y'all might really come into some problems.
Okay, so you want a guy that's taller than you, makes more money.
I want to make money with you and all that shit. I'm trying to run the bag up. I want us to both be doing
all right,
good.
let me again.
That's it.
Period.
I just feel like we should kind of go back to the point. I feel like
Well, hold on, let me finish this because they're
You
saying
about to
that
play
a
me.
man that wants a younger woman is manipulation most of the
Not
time.
all
Not
the
all the
time.
time, but most of the time in general.
You gotta
right?
say the specifics with
Right?
him, or he gonna get you.
Yeah.
He gonna write it down.
Hey, well, the difference is, see, here's the difference, ladies. I'm listening to understand. That's the only reason the difference is I'm listening to understand. That's why I'm able to refute your points. I'm not just talking to talk. I listen, understand, and then I refute your point. So you're saying men in general want younger women so they can manipulate in general. Cool.
At times, man.
Oh, now you're dropping it down to
Because
at
you
times.
is a savage. Like, it really is. You gotta really say the right shit, or he gonna be like, you said right at this sentence.
So what is it then?
30 seconds.
So go ahead. Please clarify for us. What is it exactly when men want
All
younger
right.
women? What is it?
Should I do this? Because I know y'all just, all right, fuck it, Shark Tank. So listen, at the end of the day, I've dated like older guys, and I feel like at first they probably was just into my looks.
Let me ask you a question. Why'd you date those older men?
I was attracted. I wanted what I wanted. Like, they wasn't old
hold
men,
on.
but
Specify
they were
what was
older than me.
attractive. Specify what was attractive.
Just soon as I took that first look and said, that's gonna be mine. That's it.
Okay. Since you don't want to say it,
Admit it.
I'll
yeah.
say it for you. Was it his experience?
No, it was really the look. Like, it don't be the experience. Like,
No. His experience in life, being an older, more mature man.
I think I was more so in the look, like in the eye contact type shit, like that type of love. I'm a Cancer, so I'm really I'm a lover. I don't know. It was more so the attraction, like the look in the eyes. Like, it wasn't like.
Women don't even know why they're attracted to men. Let me go ahead and spell it out for you guys in
That's
English.
not true.
Okay.
I'm not letting him say that right now. I don't agree with that. I mean, he could say that, but I don't feel that way.
I guarantee, to some degree, what I'm going to describe is why you're attracted to this guy, even though you can't spell it out.
I'll agree, and I'm gonna.
Maybe he was taller.
Now, she's obviously less articulate, less educated, and she's definitely portraying this almost hood-like mentality. But the reality of it is, women are attracted to older men because of their experience. Not I like the look of his eyes and how he looks in his eyes and bullshit. His resources are much higher when he's older. Young boys don't have the resources the OGs have. That's just the reality of it. That's why these young girls go after older men. They want to make sure that the man has security because she's looking for the bag because she wants to ensure her survival when she has children, offspring. That is the biological reason why women go after men, especially older men. It's just annoying listening to somebody like this. But here we go.
Women don't even know why they're attracted to men. Let me go ahead and spell it out for you guys in
That's
English.
not true.
Okay.
I'm not letting him say that right now. I don't agree with that. I mean, he could say that, but I don't feel that way.
I guarantee, to some degree, what I'm going to describe is why you're attracted to this guy, even though you can't spell it out.
I'll agree, and I'm gonna.
Maybe he was taller. Maybe he made more money. Maybe he was attractive. Maybe he has charisma. Maybe he had charm. He had some look about it where this guy was seasoned. He had done his work, right? He had become somebody. This is why women typically pick older guys. So what if I told you that you're dumb, you're short, and you're broke because you want to date guys that are older and make more money than you? How'd that make you feel?
Well, I'm not even looking at.
Hold on. Please answer the question. What if I told you that you were dumb, short, and broke because you wanted to date a guy that was taller and made more money than you and more better in every standing? It sounds foolish, doesn't it? For me to say that about you. Hold on. So why is it okay for you to say that men that want to date younger women want to manipulate them?
Damn.
Well, I'm gonna keep. No, because I'm about to do an uppercut.
Hold on. I want you to really let that sink in. Like, for real. I want you to let that sink in. Notice how what you wanted wasn't demonized, but what men want is demonized. When a guy wants a younger girl, it's manipulation. When a woman wants an older man that's more seasoned, it's okay. She knows her worth.
Of course.
She a queen. So you
Younger
admit,
women are easier to manipulate.
No, you just missed the whole point.
I think.
Did you not just catch what we did here? Did we not?
I said I wasn't really
I've been
speaking
caught
for
it.
She goes
all,
off and came
and
back
men
in.
definitely do.
No,
Okay.
you're asking like it's if it's wrong for like why is it wrong for like
This is the world that we live in that women don't understand because they still think that men and women are the same. We are not the same. Our interests are asymmetrical, meaning north, south. If you look at a magnet, two opposites attract each other. Two opposites attract, just like a magnet, okay? So you got to understand that when women try to argue that, oh, you shouldn't like a young woman. However, the young women are attracted to the older men. The problem is when these women reach their late 20s, 29, 30, 31, the men that they don't want them anymore because most of the men in their mid 30s, when they've finally got some resources, they're making bigger, better money at that point. Most men would have secured a house, resources that these young girls want. But he's not going for the 29, 30-year-olds. He's going for the 23, 24, 25-year-old.
27, it's time to sell. If you're a woman over 30, it's time to mark this shit on 50% off. If you're over 35, it's time to put that shit on clearance. If you're at 40, it's time to put that shit at the outlet. If you're at 50, Salvation Army.
When those women are still young enough to not be so... Now it's getting even younger if you want a woman that's not been ran through. And I use the word ran through, not only physically, but I'm talking about mentally as well. I know everybody uses this term ran through, but my way of putting it, not only have they been physically manipulated by a lot of men, because she has given access to so many men physically, but she's also exposed herself mentally. So a lot of men that she wanted have hurt her because she has given herself freely to these men. This is the problem. So now when a man states his preference, this is what I want, those older broads, they execute the shaming language. Shame, insult, guilt. They put that out there for men. Oh, you just a pervert. You just want these young girls. When you were a young girl, you wanted those older men. You ignored me when I was in my 20s. You had no desire to freaking talk to me. But now, when I've reached my 30s, you want me? 'Cause that's exactly what's happening. And I'm saying, no, I don't want you. You're too old for me. I want a younger model. I've worked my ass off. I want a younger, cleaner, safer model. Remember, let's just say hypothetically, this woman had 10 men. Every single man that has been inside her, she has produced her bonding hormone. That bonding hormone, oxytocin. She has bonded with those 10 men. The chances of her now being excited and being satisfied with one man drops significantly. So every man knows that the higher the body count on a woman, the chances of him actually having a secure marriage where a woman stays in the marriage and don't get bored, don't leave for unreconcilable differences, technically, which means, oh, I'm not happy. She starts arguments. The man don't want to make her go out whenever she wants. She can't go back out on the street and hoe to get her oxytocin kick in her high from all the carousel riding. So what happens? She divorces him. So a man knows that a woman with a high body count is a higher risk. But he's not allowed to have those preferences because that's misogynist. That's misogynistic. This is what you guys have to identify. So when I watch these shows, I want to get inside the mind of these women, especially these young girls, to see how they're thinking. And when I say young girls, some of these girls right here are in their 30s.
a man to like a younger woman, but it's okay for a younger woman to like an older man, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but you missed the fine points in that.
What? Okay, run it by me again. What are the fine points?
Okay, women want men that are taller, stronger, older, more mature, charismatic, charming, etc. A whole bunch of things.
Sure.
Now, what if I said that you are stupid, short, not strong, incompetent because you want a man that has all these qualities? That would sound foolish for me to say that, right? Because these are your hardwired attraction triggers that you like.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it okay for you to turn around and say men want younger women because it's manipulative?
I'm sorry.
Notice how we took what men want and we made it negative versus what women want is not negative. See, you guys.
I'm sorry I said that.
Walking past y'all. Like,
I'm sorry I said that.
Essentially, he's trying to say, like, why is it okay for women to have preference, but men can't?
Right.
What we like is discrimination. What you like is a preference.
What men like is demonized, but what women like, it's almost just accepted.
I agree. I'm not going to. Okay.
See, and here's the thing. The fact that I had to say it like that for y'all and spell it out X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3 goes to show the indoctrination that so many modern women have.
It just
where
went completely over.
It went over your head. You're still confused.
I'm not necessarily confused. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like letting it marinate. I'm not gonna open my mouth without,
Stop the cap.
You stop the cap. I'm not gonna open my mouth without like fully forming like a coherent thought. Like I'm thinking about like what you guys said. Like it's seeing if there's like a double standard.
And this is why men can't be honest with women. Because if a guy was to be honest and say, I want a young girl that's not a whore, that has chast, comes from a good family, etc., not fat, they're going to say, oh, that's misogynistic. Not really. It's realistic. But we don't tell women, yo, you want a guy that's taller than you, makes more money than you, etc. You're misandristic. But we don't even know what misandry means. That's a hatred of women. Or sorry, the hatred of men.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that men can't be honest about their standards, but women can be honest about theirs. And as a matter of fact, we applaud women for sticking to those standards and not settling, versus a man that doesn't settle is considered fucked up. If I say I don't like fat girls, they're going to try to cancel me.
Like you're fat.
If you say I don't like short men, no one's going to care.
Right.
Versus a fat girl can control her weight, but a man can't control his height.
I love how Myron breaks it down for these women just so that it can sink in. To be honest, I would go crazy doing this show because practically every show he has to go through the same explanation with hundreds of women who comes with the same argument. And it's usually the women who have reached that point where she can't get the man that she wants. For those of you that watch Fresh and Fit, tell me I'm wrong. It's the same shit. It's almost like deja vu. Whether the women have high education or really hood rats like some of these women, it's the same argument. Men cannot have preferences. And that's why I keep telling you, gentlemen, we live in a bloody gynocentric society that tells us that we must adhere to what women say. But when men have choices, no, not allowed. Not allowed. And I don't say this to be an asshole. I have to point out the problems that we have in our society. But women can just blatantly say, if he's short, I don't want him. If he don't earn 6 figures, I don't want him. If he's fat, I don't want him. I want that perfect man. But if a man ever says anything, I want her young, I want her to be submissive, I don't want her to be a hoe, 3 bodies or less. Oh, that's misogynist. So listen, guys, this is the reason why men are going their own way. This is the reason why Western women are losing. They're losing at a seriously high rate. Men have just said, I can't take it. I'm going overseas. I don't even want to get married. Yeah. So anyway, I'll keep this one short, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Okay? I just thought I'd give this one a quick review. All right? So remember, log in to askanolderman.com. Book a session. Let's have a chat. Let's build our community back so that we can start getting males and females back in order. All right? So remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.